Hey everyone, I'm Dino Watt.
And I'm Shannon, and you might know us as trainers, speakers, and authors for The Business of Marriage, our relationship program that we run.
But we're not here to talk to you about that today.
No, today we're going to share with you a new adventure we're going to be embarking on.
Yeah, in just a few months, we're going to be heading out on the open road in an RV trip across the country, taking our kids to various towns and cities and showing them the real spirit of America through charity work, through education, and a little bit of entertainment.
I've always had a passion to be a little bit unconventional, and I'm a little bit of a rebel, go against the grain, and I've always wanted to travel and to experience other cultures and people, and to actually take my family out there so that they can, instead of just learning stuff in books, to actually go out and experience it in a tangible way. And to also instill in my children great values and kindness and charity. And to do that by teaching them to volunteer and to be a part of society at a bigger level.
And one of the best ways we thought would be able to do that is to actually take them out and see the country, not just read about it in books, but actually get out there and experience it.
Yeah.
And so that started our dream before, when our kids were really small, to go on an RV trip.
When our kids were old enough, we thought, hey, let's go for this trip. We had set up our business and our investments, that we had the money set aside. We were planning, setting a date to go.
And then in 2008, the crash happened. Yeah, all of our investments completely wiped out. Everything we had was gone. All the money resources were out, and we almost lost everything, including our house and our cars and the whole bit. And it got so bad that I actually at one point even had to leave the family and go work outside of state, selling things door to door just to feed our family.
And on that trip, we went out and spent the summer with him. And in that summertime, we actually got a glimpse of what it was like to live simply. And we had a good time amidst all the chaos of the economic situation for us. But even then, when we came back, we still didn't think that full-time travel was possible for us.
So 4 years later, just a couple months ago, I was on a radio interview with a woman, and at the end of the interview, I asked her where she lived, and she said she was a mobile family. And I said, well, what does that mean? And she said, we travel the country as a family. And I said, yeah, we thought about doing that too one time, but that dream's gone. And she really encouraged me to rethink that again. So I came to Shannon
and said, hey, what do you think about taking our business and our family and our education and take it on the road and do this again? And once he opened up that can of worms,
take a lot to.
I was hooked.
Didn't take a lot to push her.
I think I've been the instigator the most about the family travel. And so when he laid that out for me again, I thought, oh my gosh, we have rebuilt our business. You know, after that downturn, we've rebuilt it in a way that it can be mobile, that we can be location independent and travel with our family, still helping couples and relationships, and doing what we want to do as well, which is traveling and showing the kids the world and doing charitable work. And we needed to do it not to go on an extended long-term vacation with a family. I needed to have a bigger why behind it. We live in a global world now, and I want my kids to experience that, but also I want to be able to interact with a global audience and have them share this journey with us, whether it's to inspire people to do it themselves or for them to be armchair warriors watching along as we do this. We want to have it be more cause-driven as well. We want to be doing charitable volunteer work.
So we thought, all right, let's document it. Let's videotape it, not in a voyeuristic way, but that we actually do a couple of things in each one. We educate, and we show charity, and we let the audience get involved by telling us where we should go, what we should do, and what they think that...
what causes they want us to rally behind. In this first episode, we are traveling to Las Vegas, Nevada, and as we're driving into town, we saw that people could jump off the stratosphere building. We thought, how symbolic is that of this journey, that we are taking this huge leap of faith? Why not go ahead and make it actually a physical, tangible thing that we experience?
And of course they said, Dad, why don't you do it? And nobody else did it. But it was a lot of fun. It was a good symbolic gesture to jump off the building. And we hope you enjoyed it. It's our first episode. We had a lot of fun putting it together. And yeah, have fun watching What's in the World. So our first trip was to fabulous Las Vegas. The kids had a good time. We enjoyed seeing the lights and seeing the fountains, and everybody got excited to watch me jump off a building.
Hey, it's Hayden, and we're just moments away from my dad jumping off the Stratosphere Hotel, over 109 stories tall.
Yep, that's me right there, looking like a little flying squirrel. You know what, before we get too much ahead of ourselves, let's rewind and tell everybody a little bit about why we decided to do this. So I decided that I wanted to jump off the stratosphere. I've actually wanted to do it for quite a while. I've never gone skydiving, and I've always wanted to. However, Shannon told me when we first started having children that I can't do it until they're 18 because of insurance reasons, right? Or I have to have up my insurance policy. So the next best thing looked like it was jumping off the stratosphere.
It was fun watching him go from being like pretty cool exterior to a little bit of nervousness once they start putting the harness on him and taking him up to the top.
How you feeling, Dad?
A little nervous. You want to trade with me, Hayden? So the people that were helping me suit up and get ready for my jump off of a building were actually super nice and did all they could to help calm me down.
All right, everybody, we have Dino here from Utah at Skyjump Las Vegas. What are you about to do right now?
Jump off the stratosphere.
Do you know how high it is?
108.
8 stories, yes,
Yeah,
855 feet. Are you nervous about that?
Yeah, enough to make you nervous right now.
You're not going to check it out, are you?
I'm going to check it out.
All right, so do you want to say hi to anybody back home before you
Yes,
do
yeah,
this?
my family and everybody watching us online.
All right, have fun, Dino. Don't check it out. See you up top.
Getting up there was an experience. It was fun watching the kids watch me get ready. And
Oh, I was so scared. Like if that cord breaks,
I don't have a dad anymore. I was in line to do it. I felt like, oh, it's gonna be easy peasy. He's not that scared. It'll be just like all the other people. Then when he goes up there, I was like, oh my gosh, I was like scared for him. And Hannah and I were talking.
Scared. I'm feeling nervous.
For Dad.
For Dad. Me too. No, just for myself.
Scared, but I was
like,
still
nervous?
nervous. Yeah, nervous.
How you feeling?
Getting more and more nervous after just seeing the first person go.
She was a little girl, so you can do it too. She was a little girl, so you can do it too.
Yeah, it's getting kind of crazy.
I was nervous that this wasn't going to happen. Not that I wasn't nervous for him doing it. I was nervous that wasn't going to happen because the wind also strikes up there, so it can get windy. And so I was more nervous that this is something exciting that he wanted to do, and we weren't going to get a chance to do it. But
she was more nervous that I wouldn't get to jump off the building than me actually jumping off of a building.
hey, I wanted you to be able to do the thing you wanted to do.
I was fine until I got into, there's a little chamber they take you into, and they do all the pre-check, and you have to check your feet and all this weird stuff. And I was kind of getting really nervous there. My heart was pounding a little bit faster and faster. It was pretty windy up there. It got to the point to where I could barely hear the guy speaking to me because it was so windy. As they take it to the edge, and you obviously can see this, I'm just kind of thinking like, what if I'm the one guy, right? What if I'm the one guy who the cable doesn't work for, or it breaks, or what if the wind like takes me and sways me to the other side? And I don't know, all these things go through your head, right? And you just kind of wonder if you're making a really smart decision in doing so.
We watched it from 3 different perspectives. So Hannah and I got to watch it up in the building. Then Hayden and Mom got to watch it from watching him come down. Then Dad had a wrist camera, and we got to see it from his face and back. So it wasn't that much, but still, it was really cool.
So as I got out to the edge, I kind of looked down a little bit to kind of see if that target was there and make sure everything was okay. The moment I jumped off, I didn't want to think about it too much. The guy counts you down, 3, 2, 1, go. I just kind of held my breath and went, and it takes your breath away because, and you can probably see it in my face, to where it's like, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this.
And so, like, when you jumped, I was like, when you just jumped, it was kind of like, you see those commercials for suicide movies when they're jumping off a building, and I'm like, dude.
It looked like you were
But
like,
then I realized you had a cord on.
So here it is, the unedited version of me jumping off a perfectly fine 108-story building, taking my own leap of faith. The first probably, 3 seconds is the most, exhilarating, because you don't feel the cable on you. So you feel like you just jumped off a perfectly good building for no apparent reason other than the thrill of it. And so you jump off, and then it catches you, and you kind of feel it. So your brain goes, okay, at least I know I'm going to be safe. That's great. What a ride to be able to just fall down and see that happen, see the ground coming closer and closer and closer, and just being free and feeling that freedom of being in the air.
You did it. Good job. Yeah, it was pretty scary.
Watching Dad jump off the building was kind of scary, but kind of cool at the same time. Because when he first jumped off, it didn't look like it had a cord or anything, and so it looked scary to me.
From the bottom watching, it was pretty fun. What was nice is that there was a bunch of other people waiting for their loved ones to jump as well, and so we got to
Hopefully loved ones.
form a little bit of camaraderie at the bottom there, and they cheered on Dino when he jumped. And
Dino! Don't cry, Dino.
Yeah, so it was a lot of fun. It was good to kind of have that experience and have the kids watch me go through the experience and be there rooting me on.
I thought it looked pretty fun, and I wished I could do it.
it was a great experience.
Yeah.
Next time it's my turn.
Okay.
I'll go next time.
So there you have it. There's our first episode, our Leap of Faith, our inaugural webisode.
It's a pilot.
Our pilot. There you go.
And we want to make sure that you don't miss out on any of our other episodes. So please go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. And as always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our blog post so that you don't miss a minute of what's in the world.
And one of the things that you can do is you can actually send us an email and let us know where you think we should go next.
Yeah.
What charity you think we should get back to next, or what thing we should learn about your own town or city or state so that we can share it here on What's in the World.